down to one of the standout players for the Chiefs tonight, out on the wing, one of the two hat-trick heroes for them. Leroy Carter is with James Parsons.
Cheers, Jeff. Yes, down here with the standout Leroy Carter. World class in the sevens game. You're now making a big statement that you're world class in the 15s as well, mate. How did that feel?
No, it felt good. They're a quality opposition. We knew that, and yeah, to put a result like that out in front of our home fans, it's pretty special.
The simplicity of your attack tonight, very direct. It didn't matter if you're a forward or a back. You knew what the game plan was.
Yeah, 100%. That's what we found works throughout the season, and I think we're just going to stick to that. It's been working well, so.
Pretty hard to look at what you need to work on, but obviously going into that finals footy mentality, pretty ruthless performance. You must probably take confidence that, but probably the defence is probably the biggest thing. Keeping Moana Pacifica to 7 is a big result.
Yeah, 100%. That's what we pride ourselves on as our D, and to leave them with just 7, it's a pretty good result for us. But as you said, got the Landers next week down there. It's going to be a different challenge, and yeah, so we've got to be ready.
You look at the Landers, they're looking to really make a statement. Tough loss again for them last night. They'll come ready to go.
Yeah, 100%. We respect all our teams that we go up against, and it's no different when we go down there. It's going to be a good one under the roof. But the boys are pretty excited, so yeah. Well,
congratulations on an awesome night tonight, mate, and enjoy the spoils.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Cheers, just back upstairs.
Thanks, Jipper. What a sense. The captain now of the Chiefs, a pretty happy man, I'm sure. Luke Jacobson's with Kirsty.
Yeah, let's find out, Jeff. It seems like a pretty happy man, though. 13 tries to 1. Every stat was completely one-sided. Are you pretty happy with that?
Yeah, no, pretty happy with that. I think the biggest thing is holding mine out to 7. They've been awesome attacking side this year, and that's one of their real strengths. So, see a 7 next to their name. I think that's the biggest one tonight.
And I guess your halftime message, because this time around taking on Moana Pacifica, you never let your foot off the throttle, did you? How pleasing was that second half performance for you?
Yeah, I think we really showed a ruthless edge there, which I think you rewind back to last time we played Moana, we definitely didn't have in the second half, and a quality team, they can come back from that. So I was really pleased with the boys just being able to stick at their role, now the small little things and build them up, and it added up to a few good tries.
We're really starting to get to the point end of the season now. The last couple of weeks, you just mentioned the word ruthless, but you guys have just been ramping it up. Has that been the plan?
I mean, you go out to play well every weekend, but I guess the idea is that you're trying to peak by finals. We never said that would be holding off until now, but I'm happy with how things have been going. We're building some good momentum, but that's on the back of good training weeks, putting in some good effort. Our second 15, bringing a lot of edge, having some really good training days, and it's resulting in a good performance on the weekend.
Just finally, we've just heard from Leroy Carter, who had some game today. You could say that about majority of your team. You're one of the best defenders in the competition. How do you go about tackling your outstanding backs?
Well, I'm on their same team, so I don't have to worry about it, thankfully.
Yeah, luckily, right? Thank you so much for your time. Best of luck against the Highlanders, and we'll see you back here first round of the playoffs for your home quarterfinal.
Beauty, look forward to it. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much, Luke. Let's head across to Jipper with Artie Savia. Their head coach, Clayton McMillan, joins us right now. Clayton, you must be so happy with that complete 80-minute performance.
Yeah, it's hard to be critical, although I still can find a few ways. Yeah, look, some magical tries there, and we looked good when we were direct and just, were patient and waited for the opportunities to present themselves. I'm not sure we saw the best Moana side today for whatever reason. They'll be for Tana to sort out, but obviously, the performance reflected our preparation, and we are on full alert around how good they've been playing.
Clayton, I've got a bit of a question. Obviously, we understand the playoffs are on the horizon shortly. How do you, as a coach and your coaching group, keep it to the point where the boys are focusing on the job they have in hand, but also understanding that finishing top spot when it comes to playoffs and home field advantage can be of real benefit?
I think we've been really consistent in just telling the boys that our path to finishing first is just winning the moment that's directly in front of us. And we've been in position where we've led the table before, and then we've sort of come from behind. So we've experienced it all, and that accumulated experience just tells us that you can't get ahead of yourselves. And tonight was really good performance, but we've just got to stay grounded. You know, got the Highlanders next week. They were unlucky to win, to not win last night, and that's been the story of their season. So we'll put the same level of preparation in that we did this week because they're a team to be respected.
Most impressive thing, the 7 points, although Moana weren't at their very best, I think defensively you guys didn't allow them to get to their best. They couldn't build phases. That breakdown work, Simon Parker, you know, sort of goes understated at sometimes. Some of the work he did at the breakdown tonight defensively was massive.
Yeah, like defensively, the guys really stood up. We got some good double shoulders, got in front of them and didn't really allow them to get that sort of fast ball that they've been accustomed to, and you know, when they get that, and then they got one opportunity inside the 22 and converted it, so it's there for them. But yeah, the loose forwards I thought were immense, and I thought Luke Jacobson was outstanding in all parts of the game, but it was one of those games that I'm sure Simon will look back on in time and be pretty happy with his all-round performance.
Clayton, I've heard you throughout the season talk about learning lessons from your losses or periods of play that maybe the team hasn't gone well at throughout the season. You must be impressed with the ruthless edge your boys showed tonight, even though, as you say, maybe Moana weren't at their best, but the Chiefs certainly were at times.
Yeah, 100%. We've sort of we've demonstrated that ability to do that sort of throughout the season, but you know, there was a 10-minute period in the second half where, although we had points on the board, we turned the ball over 10 times pretty cheaply, and you know, on another night, that's just not going to be good enough. So there's always things to work on, but you know, it's been hypercritical on a night like tonight when a team's put on 80 points and done it in pretty impressive fashion.
It must have been nice to be able to bring some of your big boys off very early on, 55 minutes. I think Luke Jacobson said to me, why didn't I get pulled off? But what's the plan next week? Will you rest players going into the playoffs, or do you want to keep your best team out there leading in?
I think it's a balancing act. Again, we respect what the Highlanders bring to the table, and it's a game that we need to go and win. So I don't imagine that there'll be wholesale changes. The bye come at a good time for us. You know, like this is game one back after a bye, so there's not a huge need to be resting bodies. It's just, you know, whether you want to sort of get in protection mode, and you got to remember that finals are only one game. You've got to earn the right to get to the next one, so I don't want to save anyone for a game that you might not get to.
And I know you've got a pretty hard exterior. Not sure if there's a mushy soft side inside, but you've had your awards night this week, and you were honoured with a Legacy Award for contribution to this Chiefs side. Yeah. What did that mean to you? What does this team mean to you, knowing that you've only got another month with this side?
Yeah, I probably initially felt a little bit embarrassed to sort of be recognised in that way. You know, it's the success of this team is the work of many, not just myself. So, but you know, I was very humbled to be acknowledged in that way, and yeah, I'll be forever grateful. I'm going to miss this place, but you know, it's not done yet, so I won't go too deep into that.
Well, you're a great chief, you're a great leader and great head coach of this side. Yeah. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, team. Thank you.
Clayton McMillan joining us there. Let's head across to Millsy.